Hello everyone, my name is Mrs. Lina Cabo from Pasita Complex National High School District of San Pedro, Division of Laguna. So today, I will be showing you a sample of online asynchronous distance learning delivery in technology and livelihood education in the new normal. So first, let us define what is asynchronous. According to Elizabeth Trapp, a writer and a blogger, asynchronous means not keeping time together. It refers to students' ability to access information, demonstrate what they have learned, and communicate with classmates and instructions on their own time. Students don't need to be in the same classroom or even in the same time zone to participate. So this is my lesson exemplar, and based on my lesson exemplar, it shows that this is online asynchronous distance learning delivery in home economics grade 8 caregiving. For the school, Pasita Complex National High School, teacher, yours truly, teaching date October 12 to 16, 2020. So this is week 2, okay? And then teaching time Monday to Friday, 2 to 3 p.m. This is based on our schedule in our school. Okay? This is intended for grade 8, home economics caregiving, the learning area. Quarter, first. Number of days, it is intended for 4 days. Now, my objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students are expected to use equipment, tools, and paraphernalia based on the task requirement. Identify the different parts of caregiving tool, equipment, and paraphernalia in taking vital signs. Recognize the importance of proper usage of caregiving tools, equipment, and paraphernalia. Okay, for the content standards, the learners demonstrates understanding on proper usage of tools, equipment, and paraphernalia. Performance standards. The learner independently uses tools, equipment, and paraphernalia properly. Most essential learning competencies, or what we call the MELC, LO2, use caregiving tools, equipment, and paraphernalia. 2.1, use equipment, tools, and paraphernalia based on the task requirement. There's no enabling competencies. Okay, the content, use tools, equipment, and paraphernalia properly. Then for the references, teacher's guide pages. So, caregiving, K-12 technology and livelihood education, page 12. And then for the learner's material pages, K-12 basic education curriculum, technology and livelihood education learning module, caregiving pages 19 to 27. Okay, no textbook pages. Adding material from learning resources. So I use the test the training regulation, caregiving NC2. Of course, I provided the link. The list of learning resources from development and engagement activities. Okay, I use videos coming from YouTube. Now, for the procedures, introduction, day 1. What I need to know. Objectives will be introduced to guide the learners on the learner's target. Of course, since this is week 2, as a review of previous lesson, the teacher will present different pictures of caregiving tools, equipment, and paraphernalia. Students will give the names and its classification by completing the table. Okay, so MELC number 1 for the week 1 is identifying the caregiving tools, equipment, and paraphernalia based on the classification. Okay, so since ang MELC 2 po natin is uses of tools, caregiving, and paraphernalia based on the task requirement. Okay. Yan. So there are 3 caregiving tools, equipment, and paraphernalia classification. Okay. So for meal preparation, for cleaning, ironing, and laundry, and of course for taking vital signs. That is part of a review of the lesson, and of course I use Google Docs. Next, as part of introduction, of course, to what I know, the learners will answer the questions to determine how much they already know about the proper way of using tools, equipment, and paraphernalia. So the students will click the given link below. Okay? Of course, the pre-test activity 2. There are two parts, test 1 and then test 2. For the test 1, so they will just click true or false, and then test 2, multiple choice. Okay, so for the pre-test, I use the Google form. So it says, if the students get high score, it shows that they already know much about the topic, but they can still study to learn more. And if the student get a bit low, then the topic is meant for them. Okay, that is part of day 1. Okay, activity 3, direction, explain the quotation and relate your answer in the proper usage of caregiving tools, equipment, and paraphernalia. So it is posted on stream, and then short answer is required. Okay. Next, for the day 2, okay, what's new for the development part? Okay, the learners will read, watch the video procedures, and understand the information sheet 2.1, operating caregiving tools, equipment, and paraphernalia. So dito po I use the Google Slides to the presentation. Okay. Next, after they read the activity, after they read the material, so they will answer activity 4, that's differentiate. So write at least 2 sentences to explain the different types of thermometer. I use Google Docs. And then for activity 5, watch me now. Watch the following videos by following the links provided. Answer the questions that follows. Okay, so they will watch a video. Then of course, they will answer the follow-up questions. Okay, next for the day 3, activity 6, step arrangement. Okay, so the students will arrange the following steps in using common tools, equipment, and paraphernalia in caregiving. So write the letter in the space provided. Okay, so they will arrange the steps on how to use the blender, the coffee maker, and the food processor. Then I use the Google Sheet. Next, activity 7, labeling the parts. So label the parts of BP apparatus, aneroid, and stethoscope. So I use the Google Docs. Then for the last day, activity 8, organization. So the student will analyze the following steps and circles and categorize them where they belong by connecting a line on the boxes, namely the blender, coffee maker, electric can opener, and food processor. Okay. So I use the Google Docs. Then for their output, they will make a demo handbook. So choose at least 5 caregiving tools that is available in their home. Then they will make a handbook that will be useful for a future caregiver like them. So they will compile pictures showing the different steps on how to use the different caregiving tools, equipment, and paraphernalia. So a sample guide is provided, and of course attached with a rubric as their guide. Okay, ayun po. And then for their guide, I use the Google Docs. Then of course, the assessment part, the post-test. So I use the Google form. Okay, and then I prepared the 20 items multiple choice quiz. Okay. Yan, Google Form. And then, for the last part, okay, every week they will make or they will write the reflection of the week, okay? So I use the Google form and then the students will complete the statement below. I understand that and then I realize that. Okay, now to show you my Google Classroom, okay? Let's go to my Google Classroom. Okay, welcome to Grade 8 Chastity TLE class. Okay, this is my Google Classroom that is intended for 8 Chastity. Okay, so yan. So for the first part, dito po sa ating banner, of course, I have the class code. Okay, so this will be the class code. And then, so what is the use of the class code? Okay, so class code is used by the students to enter to my classroom. Okay, so you can invite them through their Gmail or you can copy the link provided. Okay, just click the copy invite link and then you can paste it on your group chat messenger or you can send messages. Okay, just paste the link, okay? And of course, I have the Meet link, okay? Of course, if we will have an asynchronous class, I mean the synchronous class rather, okay? So if we will have the synchronous class, so I will use this Meet link every time we will have a meeting, okay? So this is my stream page, of course. Since this is a synchronous class, all instructions are posted in our Google Classroom. Okay? So, of course, I have my house rules. Okay, let me read the house rules. First, the greetings. House rules. Number 1, always answer the posted Google Form attendance every day in our group chat messenger. Okay? So, everyday po magpo-post ako ng Google Form link in our group chat messenger. Okay? And then, stay on the topic and task. Think before you post. Be respectful. Always check your schedule. Be honest. This is an online class, so always do your work honestly. Use appropriate language in writing your comment. Always read and accomplish the instructions posted in the stream of your Google Classroom and take note of the deadlines. Okay? So, malinaw po sa mga bata ang mga house rules na iyon. At the same time, ang pinakamahalaga, since the student cannot see you, so the very important is how you give instructions to them. Okay? Here, I posted the task for every week, no? So, since my topic is week 2, okay. So, instructions, okay, should be precise. Simple, madaling maintindihan po ng mga bata. Simple pero magagawa po ng bata. Okay, so tatandaan po natin yan, no? Simple lang po yung pagbibigay natin ng instructions. Okay, so of course, for the students to be aware for the task of the week. So, ayan po, in-include ko na lahat sa ating stream page and also the deadlines. Okay? So, aware po dapat ang ating mga bata sa deadlines po ng kanilang mga activities. Since this is a synchronous class, okay, kailangan aware po yung mga bata sa day pa lang po to start the week. Okay? So, first day pa lang, dapat aware na po yung ating mga bata. Okay? So, here are the activities. Ayan. Makikita po natin lahat. Mula po activity 1 hanggang reflection po ay naka-indicate po sa ating stream page. Okay, now. So, I have 11 students in my classroom. Okay. Yan po, no? So now, let us go to my classwork. Okay. So as you can see po, meron pong tatlong topics dito sa aking classwork. Okay? So the first one are the week 2, use of tools, equipment, and paraphernalia properly. Then the references, and of course the remediation. Okay? Now, let us go first to the material. Okay? Let's view the material. Okay? So, in our classwork, of course, nakalagay pa rin po dito ang ating instructions. Okay? So, what they're gonna do in the ready-made material po na makikita nila. So, once they click open with Google Slides, read and understand the lesson, and then click all the links to watch the video procedure. Okay? So, let us open it. Okay, so this is my references of the students, okay, the material that we're going to use. So, ayan po, no? So, as you can see po, sa material pa lang po, dapat very interactive na, no? Since this is a synchronous class, hindi tayo nakikita ng bata. So, I use the Bitmoji, no, to represent myself. Okay? Now, so, since hindi po tayo dito nakakapag-explain sa ating asynchronous class, so we can use or we can insert an audio. Okay? Pwede tayo mag-record ng audio natin para at least naririnig ng bata yung mismo pag-explain po natin. So, example po, this one. Okay, nag-insert na po ako dito ng video, ng audio.
Hello everyone, my name is Mrs. Lina Cabo, your TL teacher. Our topic for today is uses of tools, equipment, and paraphernalia properly.
So yun po, ganun po, no? So madali lang naman po gumamit ng ating Google Slides, no? Unlike sa PowerPoint po natin, halos magkaparehas po pero mas marami pong pwede tayong gawin dito sa ating Google Slides. Okay? So, ayan po, mamaya ipapakita ko po. Yan, first one, yung sa insert po ng audio natin. Okay, let me present to you. Ayan. Ayan. So, next po natin. Okay, the learning outcome. So, try po ulit natin itong audio. Ano po?
Learning outcome. Use caregiving tools, equipment, and paraphernalia based on the task requirement.
Ayan po. Of course, before we start the lesson, okay, of course, dapat meron tayong learning outcome o yung ating objectives. And of course, in my presentation, just want to have the table of contents, no? At least dito pa lang in table of contents, makikita na ng bata ano ba yung mga content ng ating presentation. Okay? So, maganda po ito, no? Itong ating table of contents kasi makikita po natin, ayan, naka-highlight po siya, no? So, ito po, naka-link in po ito. Okay? So, in Google Slides, pwede po tayo mag-link in. Okay? You just highlight lang po natin yung mismong word. So, pakita ko po muna sa inyo. So, set po natin. This one po, no? Then, highlight po muna natin. Then, right-click. And then, pwede tayo mag-link. Okay? So, katulad po nito, sa nakalink siya, the same presentation po, pwede tayo mag-link ng slide. Okay? So, ano po ba ang, and then click apply. So, ano po ba ang purpose nun? Okay? So, dito po, nakakapag-save po tayo ng time, no? To scroll po, para pindutin po natin palagi yung next. Okay? So, So dito, one click lang po natin, automatic mareredirect na po tayo dun sa mismong slide. Okay? Slide na gusto po natin puntahan. For example, when I click Blender, okay, automatic po nandito na tayo sa slide ng ating Blender. Okay? So, muna natin. Yan, no? Also, in Google Slides, okay? Pwede tayo mag-link in ng mga link coming from our Google Drive. And also, pwede rin tayo mag-link in din po ng mga videos coming from YouTube. Directly na po siya. Okay? And then, pwede rin po tayo mag-link din po dito coming from Google. Example, meron mga bata na hindi maintindihan na word. Example natin, halimbawa, dito sa ating common equipment in taking vital signs, yung word na BP apparatus. The other term for that is sphygmomanometer. Okay, they just highlight and then right-click lang din po ulit to and then makikita na po nila dun yung learn more. Okay, pwede na po sila mag-redirect nun sa Google para at least alam na po nila yung meaning ng certain word. Okay? So, marami po tayong magagawa, no? Na dito sa ating Google Slides. So, ayan, ang common equipment for meal preparation. So, we can use Bitmoji din. Okay? That is related to our lesson. So, ayan po, no? For meal preparation. So, the first one is the blender. Okay? So, for this one, of course, makita natin, click here to watch video procedure. So, ayan po, pag click po natin po, automatic magre-redirect na po siya for sa YouTube. So, yun po yung sinasabi ko kanina, no? Ayan. Ayan, how to make a mango shake. Ayan, no? So, mas maganda po no, na nakaka-redirect tayo sa mga ganyang klase ng website. So, para at least available lagi yung mga videos na pwedeng balikan ng bata, madali po nilang mapapanood yung mga video presentation po. No? So, ayan po. And also, wag po natin kalimutan na if mag-link po tayo ng videos, ayan, pwede po natin i-cite po no, kung saan po natin siya kinuha. No? Para respect naman po din sa ating sources. Opo. Next. Of course, the coffee maker. Ayan. So, makikita din natin sa presentation po. Ayan. Meron po tayo dito sa left sides ng mga parang keywords para mabilis po maintindihan ng bata. Especially, lalo na po kapag mga steps or the procedure. Next, electric can opener. So, nandito po tayo pa rin no, sa tools and equipment for meal preparation. Next is food processor. So, yan po yung mga tools talaga na kailangan po ng isang caregiver, especially if their patient is toddlers, babies, or elderly. Microwave oven. Microwave oven defrosting. Bottle sterilizer. Okay, now let us have the common equipment for cleaning, ironing, and laundry. So, ayan na, talaga yung Bitmoji natin ay talagang cleaning and sanitize. Okay. Of course, for cleaning, ironing, and laundry, we will have the flat iron, the washing machine. Okay, now, for common equipment for taking vital signs, we have thermometer. Okay? And then, the types of thermometer, sama po doon sa activity natin, no? Okay? the digital thermometer, the ear digital thermometer. No, very familiar ngayon yung mga bata po natin dito, no? Since we are now experiencing the COVID-19, talaga infrared thermometer with laser pointer. Yun na po yung ginagamit natin, no? Kasi yung infrared thermometer po ay it can measure your temperature in a long distance. No? So, ayan, meron po tayo ng procedures on how to use the digital thermometer. So, ito po ay rectum through anus. Of course, use a digital thermometer into the mouth. Then use a digital thermometer to the armpit, okay? So ito po, no, we can, sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, we can redirect, okay? Or we can link into the YouTube channel. So ayan, no, meron po mga videos dito na coming from YouTube na galing po mismo sa aking YouTube channel. Okay po? Let us see po muna kahit konti ng video. Yan, nagre-redirect na po siya. Okay, so yun po na. So, yan, pwede po kayo mag-subscribe po sa aking YouTube channel. So, just search Teacher Lina po. Okay po. So, ayan po, no? So, try pa lang naman po yan, no? So, ayan po, no? At least, by the use po, kapag meron tayo talagang mga sariling video, no? So, maganda po na nakikita talaga ng bata, how can we demonstrate, okay, yung mga proper uses of our caregiving tools, no? Kahit po sa ibang areas natin, no? Mas maganda po kung yung video makikita ng ating mga estudyante ay mismo tayo po, no? So, that's it. And then next, yan, BP apparatus, sphygmomanometer. So, yun yung sinasabi ko kanina, no? Pag may mga unfamiliar words, so by this of Google Slide, i-highlight lang po nila, and then, makikita na po nila agad sa Google Classroom, sa link. So, mamaya ipapakita ko po. So, yung BP apparatus. Okay, so that is the end of my presentation. So, that will be great to help sa mga students natin pag meron tayong mga detailed presentation. And also, kapag meron tayong mga naka-attach dito or naka-insert na mga videos and pictures para mas maintindihan ng ating mga estudyante po. So, balikan po natin si sphygmomanometer. Pakita ko lang po sa inyo. Okay, so, highlight lang natin. Okay, and then right-click, then link, find more. Okay, so, automatic when you click find more, ayan, no? Nakalink in na po siya, no? Dito sa ating Google, and then, automatic makikita ng bata, no? What is the meaning of sphygmomanometer, no? Napaka-helpful po ng ating Google Slides, especially to our students and of course sa ating din pong mga teachers. Okay, so that will be the material. Okay, now dito naman po tayo ngayon sa ating mga activities, mga binanggit ko po kanina, dun po sa aking lesson exemplar. So ano po ba ang itsura nun, no? Using the different Google Apps. First one is the classification. Activity 1 po muna tayo. Okay, view assignment. Ayan po, no? So, lumalabas po dito pag meron po tayong mga estudyante na naka-turned in na po. So, mamaya ko po ipapakita yan, no? So, unahin po muna natin ang mga activities po. So, yan. So, in each activity po sa classwork natin, of course, dapat meron po tayo instruction, specific instruction. Example, complete the table below. If you are done, don't forget to click turn in. It means your file is already submitted. Ano, para sa mga estudyante natin kasi bago pa lang po sa kanila yung mga ganitong application. Okay? So, ano po ba yung laman ng ating classwork? Of course, the title, the instructions, okay? So, dito po, you can add Google Drive, link, file, or the YouTube videos. Then, dito naman po, kapag mag-create po tayo ng mga iba't ibang G Suite apps. Okay? Now, ito po yung importante. Okay? Of course, ayan, using the classwork, pwede po tayo magawin kung ayan, kumpara po ba sa all students. Ayan, pwede rin naman pong specific students lang po. Ayan, pwede pong all students. Ayan. Of course, how many points? And of course, the due date. Ayan, very important po talaga yung ating due date, no? Aware po dapat ang ating mga bata dito. First day of the week pa lang po. And then the topic. And of course, we can attach rubric po. Okay. That is for activity 1. Okay. So in activity 1, I use Google Docs as a review, no? Activity 1, the classification of caregiving tools, equipment, and paraphernalia. So dito po, of course, dapat nakalagay pa rin yung ating instruction. Ano? Ano next? Next, for the activity 2, of course, the pre-test. Okay? So, sa pre-test pa lang po natin, I use the Google Forms. Of course, nakalagay pa rin po dyan ang ating points and then the due date. So, sa instruction pa rin po natin, ayan, nakalagay pa rin yung instruction ng test 1 and test 2. And of course, lagi itong may mahabol na instruction. If you are done answering the pre-test, don't forget to click the mark as done in our activity 2 classwork. Okay, so at least alam po ng bata, no, after they do the activity in Google Form, after nila i-submit, so i-click po nila yung mark as done. So kanina, I just tried the activity rin po, no? So, ayan, meron pa naman po ditong ibang Google Form. Okay? So, ayan po. So, ano po ba yung dapat po natin tandaan, no? So, in checking the different activities po ng ating mga estudyante, so, kagaya po ng Google Form, so, I suggest po na hindi po automatic na makikita ng bata yung mga responses po nila na mali or mga corrected responses nila, okay? So, I prefer to check all the activities first, and then after the deadline, so I will return it to the students. So, in this case po, para maiwasan natin yung kopyahan nila, no, ng mga corrected items sa ating activity. Next po. Activity 3. Okay. Sa activity 3 naman po natin. So, ayan. I posted a quotation, okay? And then the students will explain the quotation and relate their answer in the proper usage of caregiving tools, equipment, and paraphernalia. Short answer is required. If you are then answering, don't forget to click turn in. It means your answer is already submitted. Okay? Ayan na. So, ayan po, may isang estudyante tayo na true comment. Okay? Ang ginawa ko niya na. The next po is ating activity 4. Let's differentiate. Ayan. So, I use the Google Docs. Okay? So, pwede po tayong using the Google Docs. Mas maganda po. Okay, gagaya po niya, colorful, no? Para at least, pagbukas pa lang ng mga bata, makita nila na maganda yung pinaka-activity sheet po nila, no? So, ayan po. Next. Activity 5. Watch me now. Okay. So, dito po natin, mapapansin po natin, no? Sa instructions din natin, nakalagay, no? If you are done, don't forget to click turn in. It means your file is already submitted. And then, naka-attach na din po dito yung video na papanoodin ng ating bata and also the activity sheet na paglalagyan po nila ng kanilang sagot after they watch the video. Ayan po, no? Maganda, ilalagay po talaga natin yung mismong title or the title of the sources natin. Next, activity 6, the step arrangement. Okay, sa step arrangement naman natin, I use the Google Sheet. Okay, so, of course, hindi natin po laging kalimutan ang directions. Okay. Okay. And you can add pictures. Para at least ganda ng bata po, ano po ba yung tool or equipment or paraphernalia na i-arrange nila. Next, activity 7, labeling the parts. Ayan, labeling the parts. Malinaw, saan po makakatapat talaga yung i-label nilang part ng ating stethoscope and BP apparatus and next, organization. So, ayan, no? Instructions pa rin po natin. Malinaw po ang pagbibigay ng ating instructions. Activity 8, organization. Ayan. So, pwede po tayo maglagay ng ganito, ng procedure kung paano po sila magsasagot din. So, click insert, drawing, new, select line, arrow, and then save and close. Para mandata po paano sila connect, connecting a line. Then, kung sa ating part ng day 4, so yun po, mapapansin po natin sa lahat ng activities, dito lang ako nag-extend po ng ating dates. Itong activity natin is for October 12, 13, 14, 15, 12 to 16. Okay, so dito, since this is output po, we can extend din ang ating time sa paggagawa po ng bata. Okay, dapat malinaw po na ito lang po yung extended yung time kasi ito yung output. Okay. And of course, lalo na sa mga ganitong output natin, so dapat po ay meron po tayong naka-attach na rubrics. So, dito, okay. So, ayan po yung magiging guide ng ating mga bata sa paggawa ng kanilang handbook. Ayan, no? So, nakalagay din dito, if you are done, don't forget to click turn in. Then, of course, tingnan naman po natin yung ating rubric. So, ayan, nandito po ang ating rubric para at least guided sila how can we evaluate their activity. Ayan. And then, dito na po tayo sa ating assessment or sa ating post-test. So, dito po aware tayo no, as a teacher, no, ilan na po ba ang nakapagpasa. So, ayan, na-i-assign na natin sa 8 students. And then, of course, ilan na po yung ating nag-grade na din po. Ano? So, dito, pwede tayong mag-comment kasi lumabas na yung kanilang post-test pero hindi nag-turn in yung bata. Okay, pwede po tayo dito mag-add ng comment or private comment. So, yan po, no? So, ito rin po ay ito yung makikita ng bata once na sila po ay nag-submit. Okay? And then, sabi ko nga po kanina, so, ire-return lang po natin ito once na nakapag-submit na ang lahat ng bata after the deadline na ibinigay po natin. Ayan. Then, of course, the reflection of the week. Yan, no? Nakalagay din dito. If you are done answering the reflection of the week, don't forget to click yung ating mark as done. I-click po natin yung ating, ayan. So, ito po yung pinaka-itsura ng ating Google Form. O, no? Then, after ng bata, maklik yung submit. So, i-click na po nila yung mark as done sa ating reflection of the week sa ating classwork. So, ayan po. Balikan po natin yung activity natin na meron na pong nakapag-turn in. Mga pong estudyante kanina. Sample po, this one. Ayan po, student work. So, tatlo na po yung ating nakapag-turn in. Ayan, example po, ito si Seneca. Okay. So, dito, lahat po ng aking activity is naglagay ako dito ng make a copy for each student. Ayan po. So, ayan, since yung pong sagot niya, after po natin ma-checkan kung ano po yung tama. So, ayan, pwede po tayo dito maglagay ng grade. So, ayan po, no? So, lagay po kanina, 10 over 10. And then, pwede po tayo maglagay dito ng mga compliments sa ating estudyante. Since hindi po nila tayo nakikita, at least yung simple praise or compliment na ibibigay natin, so, yan nakakapag-encourage sa mga students natin na gumawa ng ating mga activities. At nalalaman din ng bata, after we return the activity, alam ng bata na chine-checkan talaga natin yung mga ginagawa nila pong activity. Okay, so kagaya po nito, I send well done, and then thank you ma'am. So, ayan na yung mga ganyang compliment po sa ating mga estudyante. And also, example po, halimbawa, may mali po. Okay, pwede po tayo dito maglagay. Ano po? Okay. So, ayan po, no, halimbawa po, mali po yung sinagot ng ating bata. Example po, ang sagot niya, ayan. Halimbawa po ay mali. Okay? So, halimbawa po ay hindi blender yung sagot ng estudyante natin. Ano po? So, pwede po natin ilagay po dito, no? Correct answer is blender. Ayan. So, when we return sa ating estudyante, ayan, so makita po nila yung mga ganyang comment natin, no? Sa mismo activity nila and also sa mga private message na binibigay po natin. Okay po? For example po natin, ay due date na po, and then lahat po yun ay sabay-sabay ko po i-return po sa mga bata after po ng deadline. Okay, so pwede po natin na after natin checkan, so let us click return. Yan, no? So makikita po na ating estudyante na sila po na sa activity po niyan, siya ay 10/10 or perfect score. So ganun po, no? Now, after po ng ating activities, of course, mapapansin nyo bakit po meron ako dito ang topic na remediation. Now, it is for the students po na mapapansin natin na kailangan po ng remedial, okay? So, dito po ay may mga pinrepare na rin po ako ng activities para sa mga specific lesson po. Ayun po, no, guys. So, what is it? What is in? So, ayan, make a copy for each student. So, ayan po, pwede natin baguhin po yung points na. For example po is 50 points. Ayan, so pwede na rin po tayo dito maglagay halimbawa ng due date. Okay? So, since, ayan, no, halimbawa lang naman po ito. Ayan po, no, halimbawa, September 24. Ayan po natin. Halimbawa po ay due date po nito halimbawa is October 22. Okay? And then, pwede pong optional po natin. 11. Ayan po natin na gawin natin 1 p.m. Okay? Now, pwede po tayo dito mag-assign kung kaninong specific student na kailangan po ng remedial or mga remediation activity. Sample po para sa dalawang estudyante na to. Okay po. Ayan. Ayan po, no? And then, we can click assign. Ayan po, no? Students will see the assignment in their screens immediately. So, ganyan po, no? So, we can assign lang po sa mga specific na students natin, no? Pero, kagaya po nung nakita nyo kanina, nakasave as draft po siya. So, ayun po, no? Pwede po natin siya na gawin po para po sa mga specific natin estudyante. Pwede rin po to kung ayan nga po, since nalagyan ko na po siya ng date po and time sa bata, pwede po natin siyang activity na pwede pong schedule, pwede rin po na gawing graph. Okay? So, tsaka po natin siya, pag kailangan na pong i-assign, tsaka lang po natin siya i-assign po sa mga specific na estudyante natin. Okay, now, let's go to grade sheet. Okay? So, ayan po, lahat po ng activities na nilagay natin sa classwork ay makikita po natin dito sa ating grade sheet. Okay? So, dito po sa ating grade sheet, ayan, makikita po natin kung meron tayong mga estudyante hindi na-assignan, of course, sa remediation, and ayan, makikita rin po natin yung mga estudyante natin na nabigyan po natin ng score. Sample po dito sa assessment post-test kay Joanna Grace. Ayan. Pwede po natin na halimbawa po ay nagkamali po tayo ng bigay na grade. Dun sa isang na-checkan natin, pwede po natin siya dito i-edit. Halimbawa po, 15/20. So, ayan po. Ayan. And then we can return sa ating estudyante. Now, In returning the activity of our student, we can send also a private message, no? So, halimbawa, kagaya nito, 15/20, pwedeng improve your score in your next activity. Ayan. Ayan. You can improve your score in your next activity. Good luck. Then, pwede po natin lagyan ng ganyan, no? And then, return. So, ayan, no? So, ganun po, no? Automatic po lahat ng mga check-checkan nating activities, ating mga estudyante, nagre-reflect po yun dito sa ating grade sheet. Ayan po, no? So, ayan. Ayan po ito. Ayan. So, we can return, and then, pwede po tayo ito. Very good. Very good. Keep up the good work. Ayan, and then, tsaka po natin i-return sa ating estudyante. So, ayan po. So,
As a teacher of a synchronous class, we need to give our contact details to our students and parents. Communication between students, parents, and teachers are very important. We can also follow up the missing activities of our students through communication via FB Messenger, chat, call, text, and emails are highly advised. We can also set time of communication to our students. Example, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. But of course, if it is important, we can entertain and adjust our time of availability.
okay. So, that's how asynchronous teaching be like. Okay? So, ayan po, no? So, start pa lang po sa ating material pa lang. Pwede tayo mag-record ng audio or we can have insert na ating mga video, no? Ng discussion po natin. So, anytime po, ayan po, kapag gumagawa po ng activity ating mga bata, anytime po, meron po sila makikita mga references po. No? So, mas maganda po kung sariling mukha natin yung nakikita sa video. And of course, take note po, no? If we will use video coming from another website or coming from YouTube, so pwede po natin na lagyan ng credits po yung pong ating sources kung kanino po nanggaling, no? So, that's it. No? Thank you very much for listening. I hope you learned something from my presentation on how asynchronous learning in teaching a new normal setup. Okay? Thank you very much, and God bless us all.